Hi everyone, Jus4SweetZ here. Today we're going to make another chicken freezer meal. I'm using the other half of a pack of chicken breasts that I bought. Check out my last video that I did with the freezer meals, the stuffed Italian chicken breasts. And I want to use up both of these and make two different meals out of it. So what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to make my version of a chicken cordon bleu. And basically you need some sliced ham, some Swiss cheese, the chicken breasts. I have a grainy Dijon mustard. You can use regular Dijon or whatever. I have some honey, some salt, and some pepper. We have our two baggies, one to tenderize the meat and get it all to the same thickness, and then the other one to actually store our freezer meal in. So we are going to start out, first of all, by pounding our chicken breasts. And I did this in the other video as well, so you can check that one out if you want to. You have your meat mallet, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to stick that in there. Make sure you have some kind of towel or something nearby because you're touching chicken and you want to make sure and clean your hands very well. You don't want to get sick. So raw chicken, you don't want to get it all over your kitchen. Okay, and I did just wipe my hands. You didn't see that part. But go ahead and start pounding your chicken breasts just like so. And I do it inside of a baggie. You can do it between parchment paper, plastic wrap, whatever you want. Usually I don't use plastic wrap. It's usually parchment paper or a baggie. And these are the thick baggies. You don't want to use a cheap baggie because you don't want pieces of plastic breaking off into your chicken. But this prevents the chicken from spreading all over your kitchen. So we're going to go ahead and keep pounding these. And these are very, very thick chicken breasts. If you watch that other video, I had one that was so large, I couldn't believe it. But I'm going to continue to do this, and we'll be back, and I'll show you how to put the meal together. Okay, we're back, and I have the chicken breasts all pounded out, so they're all flat, and you'll see those as we roll. Right now, I'm going to make a little bit of a sauce to put inside the chicken breasts. Remember this, because you can duplicate that sauce and put it over the top of your chicken breasts after you've baked them, or while you're baking them. But I'm going to use about a tablespoon of mustard. Like I said, this is the whole grain, but you can use Dijon or whatever you like. And I'm going to use a little bit of honey. I was getting ready to say some lemon juice, but that's not what I'm putting in this. So, all right, and I would say just about a tablespoon of honey as well. You're going to just take those two items together and mix them up. So it's just going to make kind of a runnier mustard. Okay, so we have that done. I'll get those ingredients out of the way. Now, the day that you bake it, if you want to make more of this and pour it over the top while you bake it, or put it on after you bake it, that works out great. So we have our salt and pepper. Let's take our lids off because we're going to be touching chicken breasts. And we'll get everything ready. And we have our Swiss cheese and our ham. Again, want to get everything ready so that you're not touching the chicken and then also touching the packages, because then you're spreading the germs. So we have 3 chicken breasts. I'm going to use 3 pieces of Swiss cheese. And I have some Black Forest ham that I bought. And it's pretty deli thin, so I think I'm going to stick 2 slices per chicken breast in the center. So just kind of shred those or get them out as best as you can. And then it leaves a little bit of extra meat for lunches. Okay. So I have my ham and my cheese and my mustard and my salt and my pepper ready to go. And what I'm going to do is we're going to now separate these chicken breasts. And it's okay to touch the meat once it's out of the package with the chicken because you're going to bake it all together anyway. So what we're going to do is I'm going to lay this down, and I'm going to first put on my Swiss cheese and just kind of stick that right in the center. And then as a glue or binder, I'm going to put a little bit of my mustard and honey, just a little bit. Now, you cannot reuse this, so whatever you don't use, you can throw away because you don't want to get raw chicken in with your mustard and honey and then eat that. All right. So I went ahead and put a layer of the mustard and honey concoction in between both. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start rolling these, and you want to roll kind of as tight as you can, but not so tight that you're smushing everything too bad. All right, so we're going to put that to the side, and I kind of over pounded the chicken, but that's okay. It'll just have a nice cheesiness that comes out of it. All right, so let's do another one here. Sometimes if you over pound certain sections of the chicken, it will do that. All right, so we just kind of lay it out flat. Again, we're going to put our Swiss cheese in there. I'm going to kind of do that. I'm going to put a little bit of a binder with my honey and mustard. We're going to put the ham in, just like so. A little bit more honey and mustard. This is going to be so delicious. Okay, so kind of fold that over just like so. And we have chicken breast number 2. All done. Now, here's a good one for us to show together. So I overdid this chicken breast. It just kind of broke apart. So I'm going to kind of try to piece it back together a little bit. Okay, so I kind of just overlapped it to try to piece that together. All right, so then you're going to put your cheese down here in the center. We're going to put our honey and mustard. We're going to put our ham. This is really easy, and you see how fast you can do it. All right, and we're going to put some more honey and mustard in this. Discard this bowl, and that used just about all of it between all the chicken breasts. And then very gently, we're going to have to try to roll this one without breaking it too much, because I did a doozy on it. So I'm going to roll it this way against the broken part, and then this way. And then just kind of bind it all together. And you can see that did pretty well. Okay, let me wash my hands. Make sure to wash your hands in hot soapy water. Okay, and to get these prepped and ready to go for our freezer bag, which I have all ready to go right here, all we need to do is I'm going to place a little bit of salt. See if you can see this, because let's go around the camera this way. We're going to place a little bit of salt on each chicken breast. Got to put a little bit of salt and pepper on everything. Not a lot though, we don't want to overdo it. And we're going to, I don't have a shaker on this one, so I have to be really careful. Put a little bit of pepper on these. And basically these are ready to go. So we're just going to gently pick them up and place them into our freezer bag. Now again, you can put instructions on how to do this, but I am going to show you one little trick to have the sauce ready in case you have a loved one making this while you're at work. And they have to have it all ready by the time you get home. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a clean bowl and spoon. We're going to get a little Ziploc baggie and another big freezer bag. Now this is just so you can prep this and have it ready to go in the freezer in case someone needs to throw dinner together. Watch out for the camera, baby. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, let's get this raw chicken thing out of the way. Into the sink it goes. We're going to go ahead and we are going to make our mustard mixture again. So about a tablespoon of grainy mustard and about a tablespoon or so of honey, depending on how much you want. And I like it to have that little bit of sweet and mustardy flavor. So I'm going to add just about a tablespoon to that. All right, go ahead and mix that up. And now you're going to add a little bit of hot water, just a tad. Maybe a teaspoon. I'm going to turn this on really low. And that's basically just to water it down just a little bit so that when you put it on your chicken, it doesn't get super sticky. So go ahead and mix that all together. So this would be your sauce that you're going to drizzle on the outside of your chicken as it bakes. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to get this regular sandwich baggie or another Ziploc baggie. I'm going to actually get a little cup here because this just makes my job so much easier. We're going to tuck that baggie into the cup just like so and put it out just like that. All right, go ahead and pour your sauce into the baggie. And get that out of the way. So there we have our extra sauce. You want to squeeze that air out to place on top. That is actually going to go right in the freezer with our freezer meal. Now what we're going to want to do is get your Sharpie. This is our chicken Cordon Bleu and sauce. You want to put the date that you prepared this freezer meal. And on my bag, I am actually going to put bake at 375 in greased pan for 25 to 35 minutes. Based with sauce. Now, if you don't want to write it on your freezer bag, you can also write it on an index card or type it up on a piece of paper. And this is what the cool trick is. I actually learned this from my boss at work, who is another Wild Tree representative. She does not have a YouTube page. But she does freezer meal workshops, and this is her trick. So you basically take your freezer meal, the chicken, the raw chicken, because you don't want to mix it with that baggie. And we're going to put this inside of our baggie that has instructions. And like I said, if you want to write it on a card, it'll be perfectly safe in there. We're going to take our sauce, and we're going to place that right in the bag. And we're going to seal that. And now we have almost a complete meal. And this is a really great idea if you need to, maybe someone that just got out of the hospital or had a baby or, just needs someone to help them out a little bit. You could take them a bunch of freezer meals over and they could prepare them or have someone prepare them for them. And that's a really nice gesture too. But this is my chicken Cordon Bleu with a mustard sauce. And just another idea of how to do your freezer meal. I hope you enjoy this. I hope you give me a thumbs up and share this on your Facebook page. Join my Facebook pages Jus4SweetZ, and then this would actually be previewed on my group page, which is Recipe Book. And until next time, next video, have a wonderful day, everyone, and God bless.